Hey there everybody, Mike here, coming at you from Badlands Paintball yet again. Well, today I'm actually going to be doing another tech video. This one was requested by a happy customer of ours. He or she wanted to see how to tech and maintain their Hammer 7. So I'm going to oblige you today. I'm going to show you exactly how to take apart and install your feed neck. So if you want to switch from the magazine to the feed neck and have a hopper on top, show you how to install that. I'm also going to show you how to remove your breech and barrel to give you access to that breech, so if you have any paintball breaks you can squeegee them out, but that's also going to give you access to your detents, which you'll want to see. And oftentimes if you are having leaks from your marker, leaks down the barrel, the cup seal in the rear of the marker is going to be replaced. So I will show you how to gain access to that cup seal as well. Now before we get started teching, like I always say, there are a few things that you need. For one, you're definitely going to want to have your manual. The Spyder Hammer 7 comes with a great manual, so make sure you have that on you. It will help you out. You're also going to want to have, well, the feed neck there itself. I've got the velocity adjuster here because I will show you where that velocity adjustment is as well. You're also going to need your full parts kit because it's got the Allen keys in it that you need, and you will need an adjustable wrench, okay? So this is the only extra piece that you'll have to get on your own, okay? So let's dive on in here, look a little bit closer, I'll show you how it's done. Okay everybody, so we've got our Hammer 7 here, ready to rock and roll. So let's start off first. I'll show you how to install that feed neck and how to switch your barrel around from magazine fed to hopper fed. So we are currently set in magazine fed as the hopper is not installed, and you can always tell which position you're on right by the top of the barrel. On the top, on both sides of the barrel, there will either be an M or an L. Right now we've got it set at M. So wherever this little arrow is whichever is essentially on top is what you're at. So we've got the M for magazine on top, so that means we're set at the magazine position. If the L were on top, we'd be set for loader. So that's what we're going to want to do. So for starters, I will switch out the feed neck here. Now I misled you guys before. One extra piece of equipment that you'll need to get this done is a Phillips screwdriver, okay? So we'll get our Phillips screwdriver and we can remove 1 and 2 screws, and those are our feed neck screws, and they'll be what we use to clamp our feed neck down. So screw both of those off, and then you would simply need to just put the feed neck in the top and install both those again, okay? So feed neck sits just like so, and both the screws screw back into place. Now I'm not going to bother doing that right now because that's not important for our tech video, but those are the 2 screws that you will want to remove, okay? So remove both of those screws, attach your feed neck, then screw the feed neck back in again. Now once you have your feed neck installed, it's going to come down to actually rotating the barrel. And to rotate the barrel from magazine to feed neck is the same way actually that we're going to use to remove our barrel in case you do have a break on the inside. So to gain access to the internal breech and to of course rotate between magazine and loader, you're actually just going to remove this front gold screw right in the front of the gun there. So we'll get our Allen key here and we're going to twist that screw right out. Once that screw is removed, you can see now that I can rotate my barrel. Now, when I rotate all the way around, you'll see now that the L is on the top of the marker. So I can rotate it back, and you're going to have M. So when you want to have your loader up, you're going to have the L on top. Now, of course, I can, although I'll remove this altogether. And this gives you a good opportunity to see that the paintball is loaded into the side of the barrel. And that's why when I rotate that barrel, the positioning of that feeding is going to change. Now, you can see we have complete access to our breech and our barrel. So this is actually where the paintballs are being inserted. So if you do have a paintball break, this is where it's going to be. So now you can just run a swab right through the back and pull it out through the front. Your detents are actually these two rubber nubs right here, and you can see them from the inside that they do protrude out. When you are running your squeegee through, or when you are sliding the barrel back into place in the marker, make sure you keep an eye on those detents. You don't want them popping out. You may need to press them in to get them back into the breech. So now we've got our feed neck installed. I'm going to rotate this to the loader position, and you can reinstall the orange or your gold screw. So let's do that right now. We've cleaned out our barrel. You've cleaned out the breech with your swab. You make sure your detents are in okay condition. We've slid it back in with the L facing upwards. And we tighten down that gold screw again. Good. So now the front half of our marker is clean, but we may in fact have a leak in the rear, and that's giving us the indication that we need to change out our cup seal. Okay, so to gain access to the cup seal, we will also be pulling out the power tube valve spring, and the power tube valve seat. Now to gain access to those pieces, we have to remove one rear screw underneath the grip, okay? So let's get to that right now. Get your larger Allen key and twist that out. Alright guys, so once you start getting close, you're going to want to put pressure on the rear because this whole rear section is spring loaded, okay? So you're going to want to hold some pressure on there. You can twist out that screw the last couple pulls there. Good, we can pull that screw all the way out and shift it to the side. And now, it's going to gain access to my rear assembly. So as we can see here, we do have our power tube. That's going to be the tube valve seat itself, and that valve seat is what we have to remove to gain access to our spring and our cup seal. So to remove this power tube valve seat, we are going to have to get our wrench, line it up with the two flat halves, the flat sides. Good, and then just twist it off, just like so. Now, if you are meeting a lot of tension, you can get your Allen key and insert it into that rear hole there and use that as leverage, okay? So now that helps us twist that off. So I can pull this all the way out. There you have it right there. So that's going to be your cup seal and the actual spring there. That cup seal can be removed and you can replace it with the one that you do get in your parts kit, okay? So great that it comes with that. And you may need to replace the O-ring at a certain point on your valve seat there as well, and as well as the actual spring itself. So keep an eye on all these parts, make sure they're in good condition. If you know they're good to go, you can slide everything right back into the place it was before. Make sure you install the pieces the proper way, of course, and once you have them the proper way in, you can tighten up everything up snug. Doesn't need to be overly tightened, just so that it's snug, okay? You can install it right back into the rear of the marker and reinstall your screw. Alright, let's give this a couple more twists here. Okay, good. So you just want to finger tighten it. Doesn't need to be over tight in any way, shape, or form. You can reinstall your magazine. Now before you go out and play, because you have reinstalled these pieces, re-greased them, your velocity may be different than what it was before. So you're going to want to play it safe and double check your velocity. To change your velocity, you will need your long velocity adjuster here. And the velocity screw is actually right on the inside of the breech. So you're going to actually run this velocity adjuster down the length of your barrel. Now, this is going to freak a bunch of people out because they're going to be scared that your inside of your barrel is going to get scratched. Have no fear. The Allen key is actually made with a much softer metal than the inside of the barrel, and it does not scratch it. So you'll run your barrel down the inside length of your gun. You'll feel it hook into your velocity adjuster, and then it's just a simple twisting to adjust it up and down, okay? So make sure after you're done checking your gun that you double check the velocity, okay guys? Once you double checked your velocity, you're ready to rock and roll. Okay everyone, so that sums up how to tech and maintain your Hammer 7. At this point you should be able to easily swap between your feed neck and the magazine fed loading positions. You should be able to easily take out your barrel along with its breech, giving you access to your detent and of course the breech to clean it out. And I've also shown you how to gain access to your rear internals, including the cup seal and cup seal spring. So I hope this helped. You can dig deeper into these, so if you need further tech help, please come into any of our 9 locations across Canada. We've got tons of guys and gals in there more than willing to help you out. And also guys, as I always say, follow us on Facebook and Twitter too. Not only is Facebook a great place to ask any further questions that you may have, but we've got tons of promotions going on there as well as on Twitter, so you can always win free stuff. Everybody likes free stuff. And guys, follow us on YouTube, okay? Like these videos, comment please. I absolutely love to hear what you guys have to say. If you have any requests for videos, we'd be more than happy to oblige you. So let us know what you think, comment below. Let us know what you think of this Hammer 7. I love this marker, so now that it's working for you, get on out there and play some paintball.